So as it sits right now, when I 3D print this, there is no way that my propeller would get onto the spinner because there is no clearance here. So it would not fit. And so the next process is going to be to remove a little bit of material from the propeller so that it fits over the spinner. And so to do this, we're going to create two circles. One that matches exactly with the top of the spinner right here on this line, and another that is print gap larger than the largest part of the spinner. And so we'll go ahead and get to that. We'll get this so we see it from the top. Zoom in a bit. We're going to make a sketch on this plane right here. I think we need to select the prop as, yep, the prop is what we need to select, not the top of the spinner. And so we need a center point circle that's going to come out to the same exactly as the inside of the spinner, and it'll snap to that point right there. So that's a good place to be able to grab to. And then we need another circle that's going to come out here and be pound print gap larger than the most wide part of our spinner. So we're going to measure that. We're going to set that distance to print gap. Okay. And then that's it for that step, but we're going to do one more thing here. We're going to get our line tool, and we're going to make a line that is parallel to this edge of the sort of notch there, and do that on both sides. So we end up with a picture that looks like this. So we will have basically a print gap width there and on each side. So we're going to grab our line tool, and I can put the line, I don't want it to snap to anything except for this edge, so I can put the line there. And I need to set it to be parallel. So I'll get the parallel constraint to that line right there. And it says sketch could not be solved. That's weird. So I'm going to get out of that sketch. I'm going to try again. I'll be right back. And so the reason I'm having difficulty is that it's putting constraints on it. So you'll see this constraint right here. I want to make sure that I get that thing and I delete it. I don't want it to be constrained in any way other than what I want to do. So I want this to be parallel to that. And again, if you are having difficulty and it's not doing that, it's saying it can't be resolved or something, it's because it has applied its own constraint. Like right here, you'll see that I've got, if I click there, I've got this constraint right here, and it's not going to let me make it parallel to that other one. So if I do this job, well, it did make it parallel because it constrained it that way in the first place. So let's do that differently and get it to do something, put a different constraint on itself so I can show you. So again, if I see that right there, I know that it's got a constraint applied to it. It might let me make it parallel, and it did. If it doesn't let you make it parallel, just go ahead and make sure that you delete the constraints that it's put on itself. So we're going to go ahead and set the distance from, I want the edge right there, not that point. So I want the distance from this edge to this to be print gap. And similarly down here, I want the distance from here to also be print gap. Okay. And so I'm going to leave that sketch open so I can, or turned on so I can see it. But so 0.4, why is that 0.68? I'm not sure. That should be fixed right now. So print gap. There we go. I'm glad I checked. So 0.4, 0.4, 0.4. Okay. And it looks like we're good to go for those couple steps.